Good evening, Gwen. Lovely to see
Yeah,
you.
lovely to see you.
Fab to be in the new moon energy.
Yes.
Although, as
Dream big, it's all about.
absolutely, it's interesting though, isn't it? Because today's felt a bit flat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think it's wobbly today.
yeah, sort of like the niggles are coming to the surface. Obviously, we're just on the end of a waning moon, of course, so that does happen.
Rid of it all, haven't we? We've got to get rid of it
all. But yeah, definitely feels like not quite kicked into that full new moon energy yet.
Yeah.
But a very positive feeling new moon.
Oh, yes.
And as with every new moon, an opportunity for us, of course, to send out our requirements and our desires and ask for the universe to bring them in. So I've no doubt, like me, you've been busy writing your list.
Oh, yeah.
I want more of this, I want more of this, less of that.
I've got my affirmations all laid out. Yes.
Yeah. So I believe it's my turn to go first.
Yeah.
I was very drawn to 2 packs of cards tonight to sort of draw from. So I'm just going to get the cards sorted, get them drawn, and then we'll have a look at what it is that we're going to have energy wise for the next couple of weeks. I've used I love these cards, love them. They're called Work Your Light. Let me get them. Work Your
Very nice.
Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork's by Danielle Noel. Just beautiful cards. But I love that they've got the roses on. Sorry, somebody's in the room a minute. I love the roses because for me it's kind of there's something about this moon that's about self-love, loving yourself enough to ask for everything that you want.
Yeah.
And the other pack I wanted to use, because I used them last time, the wisdom cards.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa McLaughlin, the tree wisdom cards, because we're just still, I think, still transitioning into our 2023, still sort of like,
it's also, the new moons, we're in Pisces, and of course that's the end of the astrological circle as well, isn't it? So so it's we're at the end. It's all these endings that are happening now for the new beginnings to happen.
Yeah, two have just jumped out at me, so that's very positive. So we'll just grab that one. Oh, okay. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Sorry, I'm laughing because the magnolias come out in the tree wisdom.
Oh, lovely.
It's unconditional love.
Yes.
Exactly what I was talking about. We do need to swap into more and more of our unconditional love for ourselves and for others. And until we learn to give it to ourselves, we can't learn to give it out to others. It's always got to be a balance. And I do feel like this Pisces moon, because Pisces is the spiritual sign, the end of the zodiac, as you say, the sign where we've reached enlightenment. I always feel like Pisces is about reaching enlightenment, but also it's about being at peace with ourselves, who we are and what we're about. And so for me, kind of Pisces is always very much reminding us to use our wisdom. And the biggest wisdom, of course, is unconditional love, is knowing that we care about one another. We need to give that out and we need to receive it back. And I think for me, one of the lovely things about Pisces, especially as I'm a Libra, about Pisces is having learned the balance. What I'm giving out, I'm receiving back, I'm letting it come back. So the working with light card that's come out is the Pleiades card.
Right.
I love when I get this card because it always reminds me that I'm working with guides who are non-physical star beings who are here to help us. And the message from the Pleiadians is very much about our mission to channel and uplift humanity. And of course, what the Pleiadians would like us to channel is more love.
Yes.
They'd like us to receive from them and from all the other guides and inspirers all this wonderful love, that energy that's available, and to bring it in and to allow it to flow, lifting us and then lifting others. So this next couple of weeks is about lifting you to lift others, reminding yourself about self-care, because if you don't lift yourself, you're not going to be able to lift anybody, really. But also this wonderful energy of the year, which is about expansion and visibility, and perhaps doing more to show the love, to make it more visible in our actions, being able to be compassionate, still hold our boundaries, still do what we need to do to show and demonstrate love for ourselves, but to also be compassion focused for others, that they understand, okay, we may not be giving them what they want, they may not be giving us what we want, but there is a shared consciousness and a shared sense of self, because that allows us to dream together. And one of the things I was pondering about with this particular Pisces moon and the year of energy that we're going into is, how do we dream it together? And I feel like that's the message from these star beings, that unconditional love helps us. It's the energy that makes the dream come together for all of us. So this next couple of weeks, when I'm sending out my require and desire wishes, I'm also including that I want others to have what they require and desire for their higher good. So I think it's a really nice positive vibe with that, which leads me on to the next card, which is oneness. I don't know if you can see there. I can never pronounce this one. Baobab. The Baobab. Baobab.
Baobab, yes.
Yeah. And one of the things about dreaming for ourselves and dreaming for others is taking the responsibility to clarify and to exemplify our dreams. We can't have oneness across humanity if we're all dreaming separate dreams that are so different that we can never find the common ground. So for me, what's lovely about this idea of oneness coming out for the next couple of weeks is the like-mindedness, finding the shared ground, the common purpose, the dreams that matter to more than one or two, just trying to link into that loving flow of energy, because unconditional love also is the creative force. And if we want to create, our best way of it happening is creating through oneness. And it's connected with another set of non-physical beings, guides, star guides, the Mintakan.
Right.
And this card, when it comes out, is all about a longing for home, a belonging. The original light workers. I mean, for me, I always smile and think the original light workers are the angelic realm.
Right,
They're the channelers of that unconditional love from the divine. And at some point, we've all been part of that oneness of the divine, or that beautiful flow of unconditional love that's kind of fallen away. So in this next couple of weeks, I feel like we're going to be thinking about oneness. We're going to be thinking about the original purpose of being human, about belonging to one another, and about wanting to go back to that peaceful, loving, channeling state. there's no conflict when there's that focus. There's no conflict when love is the energy that is powering us. And I'm laughing because, you know, I mentioned this last night. I've got that song from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, The Power of Love, that keeps repeating through my mind. It's been with me for the last probably 24 hours. It's a sense of, if we're wanting to make our lives flow positively, what we've got to tune into and work with is the power of love.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oneness within us and that power of love. So it's a beautiful card. There's a figure sitting looking at all the planets. You know, we've kind of forgotten our connection to the universe.
Yeah.
And getting that back again, bringing that in. Now, what's interesting that's also jumped out is a little worry card.
Ah, interesting.
Came out before. This is a copper beach worry.
Yeah.
And we've got the serene bit underneath and the worried bit on the top.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's kind of reddy orange, white, and then bluey purple. It's flag colours.
Yes.
And I want to say there's a lot of worry emanating from what's happening in America and the ways America's been caught up in stuff at the moment. Caught up in these kind of fundamentalist type enclaves, people who you have to think and agree with them or else you don't have a right to exist. And I think that's generating such a lot of energy in the world, a flow of energy. But the copper beach is reminding us really that the more negative it gets, the more stronger positive we have to put out there. And it's so lovely alongside the flow of unconditional love, the niggles and worries that come to us. What can we do to get out of them? What will lift our mood? Do we need to channel in the love? Do we need to find friends to have a laugh with? And understanding that things take time to change. So there's a bit of patience required. Endless worry is not going to produce anything useful, but patient positivity is going to get us where we need to go.
Definitely.
Well, I feel that's, again, this next couple of weeks, just doing it and doing it and doing it. Another lovely card's just come out. She's there, she's just relaxing, she's smelling the flowers, the new moon's just appearing. This is deep replenishment, all those beautiful flowers. And there's opportunities for retreat, rest, and to be held. Of course, one of the most beautiful things the star beings try and bring us, and the angelic realm and guides want to bring us, is that sense of being held, that loving feeling, that nurture. And so it's about this couple of weeks. I feel like the opportunities for nurture are stronger. We may be being prompted to be creative, but I think what the Pisces energy is encouraging us to do, because there's water on all three of the work light cards. I think it's about let your flow of emotion be peaceful. Bring in the love and remind yourself that we're working towards some big aspirations, some big dreams as a human race, and each of us will get there in the end. So very interesting cards, those.
Very good, very good. Right, what should just come off? Right, I've it's funny you should say about emotions, but I've got two sets of cards with me today. I've got my Sea Oracles, which Loving You, and the Through the Eyes of Soul. They're really, really powerful cards. So I'm going to use the Sea cards first. I'll put my glasses on. Okay. Okay, so we've got a lovely island, very small island in the middle of a large open sea, but it's enough, isn't it? Wouldn't you love to live there?
Oh yeah.
So part of enough, you know, and it's about being exactly who you are and being happy with who you are, and staying in your own comfort of knowing that you are enough, you have enough, you don't need any more. Okay, and it's you know, it's a card of self-compassion, and it's allowing yourself to realize that not to wobble. You know, there's lots of wobbling going on at the moment about you know, heating bills, etc., etc., and it's allowing yourself to just pause and just say, you know, I have a roof over my head, I have heat, you know, I have enough, and the universe will always provide. The next card looks a bit stormy in that sea. Okay,
Fabulous.
but I think there's a lot of power in that card. So I think this is a powerful card, and I do think it's about moving forward, and having that for you to be as strong as the ocean. You know, that you know, the ocean does so much for us, and with the new moon coming now, you know, it is the turning of the tides again that I'm getting, and it's about you being in your own power and knowing that you can be strong and be strong, and you know, especially with the enough card, and it's also about believing in yourself, and believing in, you know, love yourself, as you've said, definitely loving yourself, making those decisions that are for you and that feel right, that they're coming from the heart and not your head, um, and believing that, you know, this will create that new beginning that we're needing. I do feel that over the next 2 weeks we will be feeling this huge wave, but it's a wave that's moving forward. It's not going backwards. It's ebbing, you know, forever forward with great power. Then we've got a beautiful, beautiful sunset there, and a glorious red sky and the moon up there in the sky. And that is a card of hope. And that, you know, if you look at the horizon, look at your way forward, and that should sustain you to take those steps forward. You know, just dream your big dream and just take those steps. It will happen, and the hope is there. Again, it's that moving forward card again. You know, most of these cards are moving forward cards, and it is believing in your big dream and moving yourself forward. And again, like the sea, you know, there will be those steps that you take forward, and they may just come back a little bit. But if you just keep heading to that beautiful sunset on the horizon, it will happen. And this is maybe a card. It's a bit foggy and a bit misty, so there's a lot of mist there in the sea. Can you see?
Yeah.
And I think it's being, you know, it's a receive card, but it's knowing that you're worthy. And again, it comes back to that self-love that you were talking about. Be worthy, that, you know, you're heading for this beautiful horizon, and you're worthy of it. You know, you are worthy of what's happening for you. Don't be misty-eyed about it. Be open to receive everything that comes forward. And the final card is this beautiful card. Again, it's a little bit misty.
Yeah.
Horizon there, but it is the card of persistence, and And so again, when you're talking about this lovely gift on your horizon, there will be these ripples, there will be this ebbing and flowing. Um, but it's riding that wave, and I feel they're going to be ripples rather than great big, you know, tidal waves, if you like. And it's that persistence that's needed to move yourself forward. And again, it's another moving forward card. I'm just going to do a conclusion card from the Eyes of the Soul. But I feel there's something else. Yeah, she's beautiful, isn't she?
Oh yes.
She's gorgeous.
Card, yeah. And
Yeah.
a flower. I was looking at the snowdrops today.
That's it. It is like a very early spring flower. It's all about a sacred journey, a pilgrimage, and I think it is about this retreat that we need to sort of head towards, where we, you know, we're achieving things, but then there's that moment of self-reflection. What else is open for us there? She's got like her DNA strands on her dress as well.
Yes, yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, so it's a tune into your DNA and your ancestral DNA as well when taking that retreat. I think she's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
She looks absolutely contented.
she's our favourite colours, purple and green.
Yes, yes, that's true. She is. She is. Yeah, so I mean, my cards are definitely saying about this, the big dreams, and that's the whole essence of this new moon. And no goal is too big to go for. No dream is too big. Dream a little dream of me. So I've got mamas and papas in my head now, showing me age. But yeah, and you know, there will be the ebbing and the flowing, but it's about that persistence, the belief in yourself to move yourself forward, because it's there for the making. It's going to be your joy. It's where you're going to get all your self-love. You'll feel that unconditional love around you, and you'll feel the magic. You know, you'll just feel it around you. It'll keep pushing you forward.
Yeah, and
Stay in your power. Stay in your power has just come to me as well.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because President Biden has paid a surprise visit to Ukraine.
Yes, he has.
The kind of show of solidarity.
Mm.
And you know, in a way, it's an act of love, isn't it? So look, we're going to back you, come what may, and we're going to back you. And I believe.
Well, it's funny when you showed that card with the red, white, and blue. Biden Ukraine thing came straight to me, because you had a lot of blue in your cards as well, and yellow. So again, the colours of the Ukrainian flag. Yeah.
And of course, we're reaching like the 1 year anniversary of the beginning of the attacks, and it's interesting that you know, we're being asked to be kind of creative, and whether in fact there can be a creativeness about that interesting relationship that's going on between Ukraine and America, and in fact you know, NATO and Europe and Ukraine.
Solidarity, isn't it?
Yeah, whether out of this that we can get you know, some kind of withdrawal, or some kind of ceasefire, if you like, you know, get solutions, because it's not going anywhere. You know, for me, it's very interesting because I love history, and I was just when I'd seen that President Biden had been, it made me think about what we don't want. Is we don't want another First World War where soldiers in trenches, just the loss of life on all sides is phenomenally you know, it's outweighed by the little bit of ground that anybody wins. Do you know what I mean? It's so it's so meaningless in a sense. I'm not saying the people are dying meaningless, the people who believe in what they believe in, but it's interesting on a sort of perspective that we fight over patches of earth that in the end none of us own. So yeah, interesting that maybe in this Pisces new moon, what we might be able to achieve is some more creative thinking about the political ways in which, or the ways in which nations interact with nations, to try and find a better way through it.
Yeah, well, I know over the past week, Annie, you've been talking about the community, and people having that sense of community, that sense of togetherness, and I feel with the readings that we've done today, it's sort of continued with that. We need to get this this consensus again, like you say, solidarity, that's just filled with love and unconditionally.
Yes.
Not as you say, who owns this and who owns that, and you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's not like that. It's more a sense of peace and community.
Yeah.
Common ground.
Exactly, and that sense of let's respect all human life.
Yes. Yeah.
I know we struggle with that, but
yes.
but let's as human beings start carving a path forward that respects that everyone has a right to be on the planet. I mean, that's what the star beings keep reminding us. You're one little planet in a massive universe. Do you really need to fight your way out over everything? Isn't harmony a better way? Sorry, the dog's dreaming in the background here. He's doing his little dream talk. And that's again perhaps the opportunity in this Pisces moon to send out our loving wishes that we find the peace within us, and then we can radiate that peace out, that we stop buying into the kind of worry and fear talk, and start to see each other as human beings, all trying to do the same thing: live, thrive, survive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting cards.
Very interesting.
As always. As always.
It's been great, Annie. Yeah.
Well, that's been brilliant to listen to that reading, and yeah, it's fired me up with. I've got another couple of intentions now to add to this moon.
It's that one on the horizon that I haven't really thought about today. I need to get the big dream so I can take the steps. Yeah,
absolutely. let's all practice dreaming, and if we do, that will change the outer world for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Annie.
Thank you, Gwen. Listen, you take care, and we'll be back for the full moon, won't we?
Full moon, yes, in Leo.
Time. Fantastic. Thank you, darling. See you soon.
Okay. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.